Joining us to talk more about the fine print and the road ahead is Dr. Ashutosh Raghuvanshi. Thank you so much for joining us here live in the market. So when we look at the uptick in the bottom line as well as, of course, the top line, what should we see it as non-COVID business, which is coming back, a pickup in the diagnostics and hospital business?
Yeah, so the third quarter, definitely the number of COVID cases was very low. The third wave came in the month of January primarily. The COVID contribution was very little. However, what was heartening is that the third quarter, typically being a festival quarter, the revenues go down, but this time it remained very robust. And we saw a large number of surgical cases, which brought the RPOB and other indices higher. However, as we go into the the fourth quarter, we have seen the advent of the third wave, which led to a little bit of a reduction in the non-COVID work, and the COVID admission rate was also low. So we can see some impact of COVID in the fourth quarter, but the third quarter was extremely robust and very encouraging.
And Dr. Raghuvanshi, going into the third quarter, in fact, since the outbreak of the pandemic, we have seen Fortis Healthcare undertake a lot of cost-saving initiatives. Should we factor that in as well? And any new developments on that front?
See, cost saving is an exercise which has to be done in perpetuity. And that is going to be an imperative for the entire industry going forward as more and more payers become conscious of the price points. So we look at cost as something which should be a systemic driven thing rather than some specific short-term initiatives. So we don't take any short-term measures, but structural differences we have been making for last 2 years. They have been yielding results. As you would notice that our EBITDA has gone up by almost 300 basis points from the previous third quarter of the last year. So that just goes to show that the effect of all these efforts is coming to fruition now, and that will go on. But I strongly believe that we have to do systemic efforts in order to keep the costs under control.
Dr. Raghuvanshi, Fortis has also been reeling under debt, but there has been a repayment plan in place. So how much has been repaid in Q3? And can you tell us where you see your debt levels by the end of the year?
So we are currently at a net debt level of about 640 crores, and we have reduced the debt by almost 285 crores. That has been possible partly because of the cash generation, and also we had a one-off item where we did a sale of a property which got us about 105 crores. So that money also has gone to pay down the debt. So we expect the debt level to remain similar or marginally higher during the fourth quarter. But definitely we will close this year with substantially less debt level than what it was last year. And that gives us a very strong balance sheet position to be able to consider further inorganic growth in the coming year.
All right, we'll let you go on that note. Appreciate you walking us through the details of how financials have shaped up.